All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, giving all glory, honor, and praise to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rachak Kwadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who teach and rule well. Taught me this truth, taught us this truth, continue to teach us this truth. Shalom to the elect, 144,000, first and foremost, pushing this truth in all sincerity in the four quarters of the earth. Lord willing, we be of that number. I'm your brother Tabar Yakuna coming at you with a quick lesson, Lord willing, it's edifying. You saw in the news, Jimmy Carter passed away, and I just wanted to get some background on him that I found. This is news, usni.org. Just some real quick background. It says U.S. It's entitled Jimmy Carter, 39th U.S. President and Submariner dies at 100. This is December 29th, 2024. It says U.S. President, Nobel Peace Prize recipient, and submariner James Earl Carter Jr. died in his home on Sunday in Plains, Georgia. He was 100. Carter was a peanut farmer turned multi-role public servant. He served as the 39th President of the United States between 1977 to 1981. Less known to most Americans, his public life began as the U.S. at the U.S. Naval Academy and service in nuclear-powered submarines. So that's what I kind of want to focus on. Jumping down in the article, it says Carter joined the Brigade of Midshipmen after a year of study in the ROTC program at Georgia Tech and graduated from the academy in the top 10th of the class of 1946. As an ensign, he served 2 years on board the battleship turned experimental gunnery ship USS Wyoming EAG-17. He then served as executive officer, engineering officer, and electronics repair officer aboard submarine SSK-1, which was laid down in 1949 by electric boat in Groton, Connecticut, as an experimental attack sub called Barracuda 3 and launched in 1951 as K1. I'm gonna jump on down. So he's dealing with these submarines, and so I kind of really jumping down in the article. It says in the White House, Carter oversaw the first major Middle East peace deal as part of the Camp David Accords, transferred control of the Panama Canal to Panama, which I think that's in the news right now. I think the U.S. is looking at trying to regain that control. It says, and negotiated the SALT II nuclear arms reduction agreement with the Soviet Union. We're going to touch on that in a minute. In 1979, after the overthrow of the Shah, Iranian forces held U.S. citizens for more than a year, casting a shadow over the end of Carter's presidency. And so, this man has a well-decorated history and legacy that he left behind. I mean, when I was reading this, I was like, damn, he's probably the most impressive president that I've ever known or seen since I've been, here in Babylon the Great, which is America. You have all these other BS presidents, the Reagans, he's an actor, the George W. Bush Juniors, he was a party boy. You got the Obamas, this president here, man, he's got some real deal military experience, man. And what really struck me was looking at this the the submarine facet of his his resume. So I went into the submarines, and it just says here, this is going into Salaki. Give me a second. The USS Jimmy Carter. This was a submarine named after Jimmy Carter, and it says USS Jimmy Carter SSN 23 is the third and final Seawolf class nuclear powered fast attack submarine in the United States Navy. And so, not to get too deep on all of that, I just kind of like pause for a second because, they talk about nuclear powered, and they make a distinction between a submarine that's nuclear power. I can't find it. See if I can find it. And make a distinction between a submarine that's nuclear powered and this is under nuclear submarines in Wikipedia. It says a nuclear submarine is a submarine powered by a nuclear reactor but not necessarily nuclear armed. In the U.S. classification, nuclear powered submarines are designated as SSXN, where the SS denotes submarine, the X could equal G, meaning the submarine is equipped with guided missiles, or the X could equal, it says usually cruise missiles, or the X could equal B, meaning that the submarine is equipped with ballistic missiles, usually intercontinental. That's the highlight that I want to get there. And it's just kind of it's odd that they want to make that distinction that okay, let me continue. It says and the N means the submarine is nuclear powered. SSN refers to nuclear powered attack submarines which do not carry missiles. So it's like, first of all, if you got an attack submarine, how is it going to defend itself? And what is it attacking with? Bullets? What is it going to surface? And then you got a gunner that's going to jump on top of the submarine and shoot down into the water? No, man. So it just seems like a play on words. It's just my own little, I'm looking at it and I'm like, this don't make no damn sense. And this might drag on to about 2 parts. It probably will. But, yeah, I was like, I think this is just their way of trying to stay out of controversy of having nuclear armed machinery, so to speak. What the hell else is a submarine going to be equipped with? It's got to have, if it's going to defend itself, it's got to have missiles. It's underwater. You're not going to shoot bullets underwater. So it's got to have missiles. And you talking about nuclear powered. Nobody, when you talk about anything that's nuclear powered, nobody really puts that in the forefront of a description of a vehicle or whatever the nuclear power is powering. It's just an aside. It's a footnote. Oh, by the way, this is powered by nuclear. So I think this is just just a workaround by America, again, Babylon the Great, to to not be painted as the bad guy, as the bearer of nuclear destruction. But we already know that she has that ability because, first of all, she's that whore that rides the beast back, spoken of in the book of Revelation, the 17th chapter. All right, the whore is America, and that beast is NATO and the EU, all being the revival of the Roman Empire. You know, that deadly wound that was healed in the book of Revelation, the 3rd chapter. I'll get it real quick. It says, "And I saw one of his heads, as it were, wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed." And so that's going into the ancient Roman Empire being revived. All right. It says, "And all the world wondered after the beast." Right. So what you see with NATO and the EU, with America heading that whole power structure. Again, the whore riding the beast back. What you see there is the revival of the ancient Roman Empire. You know. But what I also wanted to get into was, let's go to Isaiah. You know, we got to get this. We're speaking about nuclear power. You know, because these are the Edomites, man. They have, this is their sword. The scriptures speak about Esau was gifted or blessed with the dew of heaven and the fatness of the earth. But this is Isaiah. And he was given a sword, a mighty sword. And that sword today has evolved into nuclear weapons, nuclear weaponry. This is Isaiah 54 and verse 16. "Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire." So this is talking about the nuclear scientists. All right, creating nuclear weapons, which ultimately are going to be used to destroy that whore, America, NATO, and the EU. All right, it says, "And that bringeth forth an instrument for his work." That instrument is ICBM missiles, man, intercontinental ballistic missiles. "And I have created the waster to destroy." Right, the waster to destroy is that scientist, man. That scientist. You got Oppenheimer, that movie, which I've yet to see. I'm so mad. I gotta see that movie. But yeah, Esau has his scientists creating these this nuclear power, the power to destroy. You know, Oppenheimer said, I have become death." One of his quotes. All right. This is let's go to but you know, one of those articles talked about SALT II. Jimmy Carter going into like an agreement with Russia, trying to disarm, and that was, I believe, in the late 70s. I'm not going to get into all of that, but we understand that nuclear power, everybody has nuclear power, but especially these superpowers, Russia being one of them. And Russia in the Bible is God. Ezekiel 38 and 1. "And the word of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog." Gog is Russia. "The land of Magog." Magog means from Gog or of Gog. It says, "The chief prince of Meshech and Tubal." And those are sons of Japheth. So that land that is Russia was once occupied by the sons of Japheth. It was once Japhetic. But it was later taken over by Edomites.